Netflix's new chess champion miniseries, The Queen's Gambit, is a classic Cold War beat the Russians sports story. It follows the usual narrative, in which a precocious, mercurial U.S. individualist challenges the bureaucratic Soviet Union hive mind. But it also questions those tropes and American exceptionalism in general. Ultimately, it's a story about learning from, rather than defeating, one another. The pieces on its board move toward a hopeful, collaborative endgame, which isn't quite convincing in our current moment but is welcome nonetheless. Based on the 1983 novel by Walter Tevis, Queen's Gambit tells the story of Beth Harmon, Anya Taylor-Joy, a young girl whose mother dies in a car crash when she is 8 years old. Placed in an orphanage, she discovers the janitor playing chess in the basement and under his reluctant, and later, astounded, tutelage, reveals herself to be a prodigy. She also, less happily, becomes addicted to the tranquilizers the home uses to keep the children docile. After she is adopted by Alma Wheatley, Marielle Heller, Beth begins to enter tournaments and becomes nationally and internationally famous for her intuitive play and blazing attacks. Her victories eventually gain her entry to competitions in Paris and Moscow, though alcoholism threatens to derail her career. Taylor-Joy does a fine job of portraying Beth's shyness, insecurity and preternatural self-containment. She's awkward both because she's uncertain of herself and because she's almost impossibly sure of her passion and skill. Beth speaks like she plays chess, in sharp, incisive bursts designed to sweep her opponents from the board. She's a cold, isolated genius who does her best chess preparation alone in bed, imagining a chessboard on the ceiling, moving the pieces with her mind through infinite combinations until she finds that path to victory. The Soviets' national chess strategy is a stark contrast to Beth's individual interiority. The Russians work as a team, Beth learns. Teammates go over games together, with state support. National U tournaments are held in drab college auditoriums, with little fanfare or interest. In Russia, Beth is told with some wonder, they pay people to play chess. It would be easy for the series to present Russia's collectivist approach as unfair or unsporting, in comparison with a pure American self-reliance. But Queen's Gambit is bracingly uninterested in boilerplate anti-communism. The Christian orphanage, with its moralistic punishments and hypocritical drugs, is as blankly, institutionally oppressive as anything we see in Russia. In part because of her miserable experiences in the home, Beth refuses to denounce Marxist atheism at the behest of her charitable benefactors. By the same token, the show refuses to denounce the Soviets' collective tactics. Instead, the series presents Beth's isolation as a weakness that she needs to overcome and Soviet bureaucratic book chess as a skill she needs to assimilate.